We're going to work on a necklace to match the little earrings that was in our last video. It's a little dark. Let me flip this light switch on over here behind us. Yeah, that helps some. Anyway, we're going to make the little necklace to match the sweet little earrings we made the other day. Where did I put those? Oh, they're right here. This is the little earring I'm referring to. Very sweet, delicate little thing. As you can see, it's quite a bit shorter than I would wear. It's only about half the size I would wear. But I think it's very pretty. It's pretty elegant. And the necklace is going to be just as delicate as the earrings are. So, hey, PK. So let's, we'll wait a few moments and then we're going to turn down and get started on this. I think it's going to be really pretty little thing. And I hope you agree when we get to that point. And I don't really think it's going to take us very long, so probably not our whole hour. If we want to do something else, we can certainly do that. I do have a few, another set of hair sticks designed, which we could make. They have kitty cats on them. But let's see how this goes before we worry about that. So, see, I don't really think I have anything really to tell anybody in particular. Nothing special going on other than we've had freezing rain. So much fun. I hate freezing rain. I'd rather have snow every day, any day of the week. Hey Deborah, hi Miss Tacos. And so that hasn't been very pleasant. And then on the way home Friday, my husband hit a chunk of ice and took the oil pan out in our car, so it's in the shop right now. It's fun stuff. And so great. And then my Trailblazer has to go in the shop this afternoon because it's those minus 30s killed the battery, even though we tried by keeping it started every once in a while. But it also split the radiator, so it's been a fun time for our vehicles. So yeah. Can you see my earrings, the ones I'm wearing? Sure. This is Connemara marble, the green, and then of course we have the multi-Celtic knot. Yes, it's one of the more, it's one of the greener of my Connemara marbles that I have. It comes in, the Connemara marble usually is pretty veined. And then it's got lighter and it's darker. This is my favorite, the brighter green. Though you can't always get that green. It's usually like got the black streaks in it or the white streaks in it, but it's still pretty. Well, PK, since you have gotten Connemara marble before, did you know that Ireland has 4 different marbles from 4 different districts? The green is from Connemara, then they have white from Ulster, black from Kilkenny, and the red is from Cork. So they're all very, my favorite is probably actually the red, even though I really like the green. The Cork from The cork red is a very pretty color. So I think hi Leah. I think we'll turn down now and get started on our necklace. So here we go, guys. Come on, let's raise up some. Oops. Way too much, guys. Come on, let's go back down. Boy, my phone is being a little titchy today. Okay, that's good enough. No, Mother Nature's not being kind. Though we actually are back into the 30s now. And, but, like I say, now we have freezing rain. Such fun. Okay, so this is our necklace parts. I'm just going to dump them out of the tray here. These are going to be made to match these little earrings that I made in the last video I posted. So as I said, these earrings are really pretty, really elegant, but they're dainty. They're, they're only less than 2 inches. And me, it has to be at least 3. See, they're only about 1.5 inches, so about half of what I would wear. So what we've got here to make our little necklace, let's get the lobster claw and some of these things out of the way. These are this piece right here. Now the rest of these bits and pieces here are jump rings for putting stuff together. So that's we're going to put use this chain. It's a pretty delicate chain that I got from Bead Box Bargains, as you can see. And we're going to use some Tinky Tots to put things together. Ta-da. And, oh, it's got a knot in it. I just love a knot in a chain. There we go. And what we're going to do is, let's get the pendant out, shall we? This is a really pretty little pendant that they had. So here's our pendant. It's tiny and delicate, but it's really pretty. And as you can see, we have the teardrop, which then will match up the teardrop in the bottom of the earring. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this little beauty and we're going to take some chain. I don't want it very long, only about 18 inches. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of chain, 2 8-inch pieces of chain. And now I'm cutting 8-inch because I'm going to split it and put these in. So that will add the other distance we need. So we'll cut our 8-inch here. And then instead of using the ruler for the second piece, I'm going to use my awl. And I'm going to hang our chain on the tip of it. Oh, I didn't get the very last link. Sammy is talking to us this morning. Okay, so then I'll put the second piece, the other piece of chain right here beside this one. And we're just going to bring it down. And I felt that kink, so let's, till we get to the end down here. And then we will cut it off right here. So that's all the chain we need. So we'll put the rest of the chain back in its baggie. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in two, but we're not going to cut it quite in two per se. We're going to, we're going to hang this on, then we're going to about 2 inches up maybe. We'll split it and we're going to make these up and put them in this middle here. So let's see about, 2 inches is way too, is I think maybe going to be too high. So maybe we'll go at 1.5. Though 2 inches is all right because it is an 18-inch necklace. So anywhere right in here somewhere, we'll just choose a spot right here in the middle. Well, it's not the middle of the chain. It's the middle of where I said I wanted to cut it. So there we go. We'll cut this piece off. Put the longer piece aside. Now we're going to get our awl back out again. Put this shorter piece on the awl. And then we'll get this full piece chain, slide down here to the bottom again. And the link we want to cut is this one right here above my finger. Okay, you didn't cut all the way through. Okay, so now we'll set this second side part too. Now we'll take and we're going to take a couple of the Tinky Tots. And we're going to hook this chain onto our pendant. Like, what am I reaching for? Okay, there's the first side done. So it's just going to be like so. Hi, Angel. Hi, Bunny. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take these old head pins that I have. They're 3-inch ones, and I'm going to cut the head off. When I run out of these old head pins, I'm going to end up having to start using regular wire. Won't that be horrible? So we're going to just fold this over. We'll do that on both these wires while we're here. Then I am going to hook these on with the jump rings. So you could just hook it straight to the chain, but I am going to use jump rings to hook them on. So we'll just make these loops up and over and around, bring her over, straighten her up, so she's like so. Do the same with this one, up and over and around, bring her over, and straighten her up. Now, if I was going to put it on the chain, I would need to open this a little bit and slide the chain on here. I am not, so we'll just wrap these up. Come on, baby, don't roll around so much on me. We'll trim the end off here. It's turned somewhat from when I wrapped it, so we'll take hold and bring her over. Do the same with the other. These are the ones that don't hold. Okay, now we'll feed the beads on, which would be the small one, spacer. Okay, this spacer's weird. It's got a lip up here. Let's see if we can cut that lip off. Not bad. Now, it would be a little bit rough, but I'm not going to worry about it because it's going to go between the beads, so it's not going to be hitting anybody's skin. If it were in a place where I thought it would be a problem, I would then sand it down some. Okay, there's that one ready to be wrapped. Hey, Anita. So we're gonna... Ready? Now we'll get these two little guys wrapped up. Well, that slipped some, so we'll push it back up. Okay, there's one of the pieces. Okay. Okay, that tipped a little bit, so I'm going to put my pliers right in the loop here. Give it a tiny titch of a movement sideways. Okay, now that we have these guys here, our next step is going to be to hook those onto our chain here and here, and then put the remaining chain onto those. So we'll get our little tiny jump rings out again here. Oh, goody. Kitties are having an argument. So now put the longer chain on now. Well, it helps if it stays on the loop. There we go. Now we just have to put our closure on. Hey, Mary. Oh, thanks, guys. Like I said, very simple, very delicate, not even taking a lot of time to make. So there's our, so as you can see, our little teardrop matches our teardrop in our earrings. This portion is the same portion right here that's in there. And now all we have to do to finish our necklace up is to put on our ending jump ring and lobster claw. And she's done. Very simple, but pretty little delicate. Now, because this chain is tiny, I'm not sure the big ring will go on to here. So we'll see. If it doesn't, then we'll put it on by putting a smaller jump ring on to hold it. Well, I think it's big enough if I can just get it to go. There. Tight fit, but it works. Now we'll take this medium size one. Oh, Rory's going to sing to us this morning. Lobster claw. And we're done. Now, if you didn't want anything this big, you could put a smaller lobster claw on and more of the medium size on the other side for it to hang on to. I just like these bigger sizes because, well, I'm getting older and it's easier to work with put them on and off when they're the bigger ones. So anyway, there we have our little delicate necklace to match our little earrings that we made on our video yesterday. Very tiny and delicate. Would be nice for like a young girl going to her first prom, or even an older person, as long as would be great with a little scoop neck and a little black dress for an elegant party or something like that, or even just to wear it every day if you like wearing more fancy stuff every day. So I think it turned out quite nicely. So there is our necklace. So that was didn't take us much time to make, even, which I knew it wouldn't, because there isn't, even though it's really gorgeous, there isn't much work to making it. So I am going to set this aside. And since we have some time, I have designed another set of hair sticks. I think I need a few things for it, but let's see what we've got here. There's the hair sticks. These ones are kitty cats. So here's my kitty cat. And I have some gold stone and a little, like, I'm going to put it like that. We're going to have the balls, this little melon bead between, or melon spacer between the kitty and this little daisy between these two. So the same on the other side. And then we're going to have this little kitty cat sitting on the moon charm. And I do have my crimps in here. I wasn't sure if I did, but I do. So that's good. So we'll need to get some wire out. And then we can put this little guy together just like so. I think it was Mary asked me how long I made my bead strands the other day. Here's the ones I made before on the video. And like I said, I usually use 5 beads. There's 5 here, though the kitty's a little bigger, so it might be a little longer than the others. But see, this isn't even 3, it's like 2.5. This one probably will be closer to the 3-inch. So put this guy back away, and we'll get some wire out. I want some lapis. I think I have some. Yeah, I do right here. I think I've got a couple of strands on this because I think I messed something up, so I've got it in strands already. Yep. It's even longer than I need, but in fact, it's long enough. I think I'll just make one, see if I've got enough wire left over to make the second one. I don't think I will, but we'll give her a try. So we want to put our charm on first. Crimp right in the middle of the divot. Okay, test, seems good. So now we're going to put our beads on. You could hang something from his tail, but you don't really need to. But so 2. Now there is our, and because this can move, it doesn't matter which is front and back. And I really don't know that I can decide what I like for front and back for this kitty. They both look good. So now we'll put this crimp on here, and I may have enough wire to do them both. We'll see when it comes to that time. Come on. Okay, once we've got this all pulled down, we're going to crimp it. Tug, cut our excess wire. and then we hook it onto our stick with our jump ring. Now I've got one of the big jump rings here. You could use a smaller one. I use the bigger one so it has more room as it goes around the stick. Whoop. So let's move today. Okay. See, so that when it comes down to this side or even goes over here, it's going to still swing no matter how this is sitting. So there is our first one finished. So here is what he looks like all finished. And we can measure this and see how long this one is. This one is about the longest I make the stick things because, yeah, it's 3 inches, so that's about right. So, see, do we have enough wire? We might. Let's go give it a try. Now, and in speaking of his tail is the way it is because it is a looped tail down there. You could put something in that, but you didn't have to. But if it had just been a regular loop and I didn't want it to go on, I would simply have cut that loop off the bottom and then I would have sanded it down so that it wasn't rough. Well, we had plenty of wire. That's cool. I still have enough to do my turn and be perfectly happy with the length here. Though if it had been much shorter, I wouldn't have been perfectly happy with the length of the wire. Okay, now we cut the excess wire off. And put this baby on its stick. And there we go. There's our pair of hair sticks all finished. Now we have a necklace and a hair stick both today. Oops, bumped my light. Yeah, when I decided to use these little kitty cats on the moon, I intentionally went looking for my cats. I knew I had some. In fact, I have them in like 3 colors, but that turned out the way I wanted it with the kitty cats on it. So there are our cat hair sticks. This wire has a little curl in it. It'll relax after time and won't do that anymore, but right now it's curling a little bit. There, see, it's already starting to stop. So there's our hair sticks. And here was our necklace. So both of those done today. And we still have 18 minutes. I don't really have anything more designed to make. I was going to, and I still probably am, going to paint some of my brass pieces, but there's not really a lot of time. Let's look at my FOC that I got from Thunder Horse to send it. I sort of looked through it the other day, but I didn't look through it really, really well. I just opened it up. So I got a pair of, I don't know, I could squish these down to whatever size I wanted them to be. They're supposed to be about that length or width that they are. Here, I'll pull them out of here. Where are you, end? There they are. But they're pretty wide, so I'm not sure what I'd want to put them on. See, this one's already even squished over a little bit. Right there. So I suppose you could put this on anything in this, then just wrap it around if you wanted to. They're pretty cool. We have those little things. Then we have a magnetic clasp. Oh, it's one of those ones with a jump ring over here too. I would probably take this other one off. Well, I'd probably take the big, both rings off if I'm going to use it. Because I don't really, oh, this says convert. So I imagine that's so you can just hook it to whatever you had. But then there's this weird necklace here, which of course I will be taking apart because that is the premise of how this works, but it is really cool. It almost looks Egyptian. But if I were to leave it like this, we'd have to doctor it in some ways because that's the premise of the FOC is to change what you get. So I don't know. This is interesting, but I'm not sure how I would use it exactly. But we'll think about it, won't we? Where do I get my hair sticks? I order them from Etsy from a place called DIY Supply. I know, it is interesting looking, isn't it? It's very bizarre. I'm not sure. Like I said, it looks to me like an Egyptian collar almost, but I'm not, probably not going to, I just don't know. Well, we'll see, because that's the premise of this. It has to be changed. I'd have to think about what we're going to change it to. And then the last thing, well, no, that's not the last thing. I didn't show you the beads. They're pretty big rondelles. Shiny fold 9 by 12 millimeter rondelle. Brown. Actually, when I saw these are 4 holes again, 2 stranded. We just finished working with stuff like that. But these are cool ones. I really like these. They have a, I don't know if it's coming through. There's a pattern of leaves on this. Now that's an interesting idea, PK, though I'd have to figure out some way to put them together because these are already bent. They're bent around each other. It wouldn't make a nice chunky bracelet though, wouldn't it? Pull these up over here. Needs a touch more length, not a lot, but a little bit. So if we needed a little length, we could, these are silver rather than gold down there, so I won't use those, but we could take and put a couple of bunches of beads in the middle of it to make up the bracelet. That actually might work really nice. Let go. Say we did them right here. Let's see, there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That middle one's going to be a pain in the butt. But if we did like 2 beads right against it, and then brought the other one over to it. So we're doing so that might be interesting. We'll give it some thought. I do it on the live, but we don't have time today. And because I think they're due before my next live, then these are just swirled with some pretties in the middle. This could just do a, and yes, there's probably enough here to do this. Bing, get there. That would make a pretty bracelet. But of course we'd need some bead to go in between, and I'd have to think on it. I think I just want one though. One bead. These are too big. Well, not necessarily. But since everything's blue or sort of bluey gray, I think I'd rather have a blue bead instead of the brown one. So I think that would make a pretty bracelet. So put these guys back in their baggie. That may be very well what I do with this, is take this chain link piece off, which I actually like it. I might leave it together like this and then figure some way to bring it as a short necklace. I'd have to bring some chain to it though to pull it the rest of the way up. That's what this has been doing. But if I take these off and make this into a these pieces into a bracelet, like PK suggested, and I like that idea. I think it'd be a nice chunky bracelet with some of these in between to give it that extra little tiny bit of space. Though with the hooks on either side, it doesn't really need the space, but, and I am going to leave those hooks on. But it needs maybe a teeny weeny bit, not much. See how it, if I put it like right here, so it has just about a ½ inch to an inch up here at the top, bring this around and leave this chain on, which can get, they'll probably take part of this chain off. It's really long. There is a split right here. And I'm thinking I will take this section out and leave this section in. Take this off. Like I say, take the chain, these pieces off, and then hook just a few of these. It's a pity that that is an even number, because I'll probably have to jump ring to both the sides, do a double jump ring to bring this so it stays in the middle, because I want, here, what I think I want is to take 2 beads, put them in here like so, and we'll put 2 on this side, and 2 in the middle. Like so. Then we'll bring this side and hook it right here. So it'll look like this. So I think that's our bracelet we're going to make for my FOC. I don't have time to do it now, but we do have time to do a few pieces of it, but which would be mainly just taking this piece off, the chain off. Which we have to take it apart anyway before we do our FOC. So we might as well get working on taking this apart. Oh, come on, Rose. No dropsies. I may have to pull that apart a little bit further. That doesn't want to go through. And now this piece is a really chunky chain right here. It's not hooked to this other piece here. We could just take this, if it's long enough, it's not long enough, I was going to say, and make it into a choker with just a few dangles, which I still could do. I just have to put some chain in the back to do that. The magnet clasp has gathered up all those jump rings I just took off. It's over here hanging on to it. So this piece, the chain is off now. This piece is apart from the other piece of chain, or the collar thing. I really think this would make a really cute collar, is the only thing. Though frankly, it needs, I don't like how it bunches all together like that to a degree when you pull it up like this, but it's still pretty. I'm going to have to decide how I want to use that. Deconstruction. One more, and this piece is taken off of the. Come on, you. Come off there. There we go. Now see, as I said, we're going to take these two pieces. Here's our pretty little Egyptian collar piece. And we can take these two pieces, and now we're going to put these rondelles between them, with probably a spacer right here in between these two big ones of some kind. And it'll look like that when we're done with it. This chain, well, no, I was thinking it was the same as this one here, but it's not. Got all kinds of different chains here. But, but that's what our bracelet is going to look like when I decide how to finish putting this together. I am going to take off one of these hunks of, might as well just do it now, since I plan on doing it anyway. leave this guy on over here on this side though. I think I'm going to put this side one piece away, and this one is going to go on here as our extender chain. So anyway, we've reached our 1 hour mark, so I am going to turn this up, chat for a few minutes, and then we will be done for the day. I'm probably going to throw all these jump rings away. I don't like round jump rings, though I might keep them because every once in a while I need a big one, so I'll just put those in with my other round jump rings. Need to put this together and it'll be done. And then we have these other pieces still. Turn it up. Come on, turn. Thank you. So yeah, I don't think it's going to take me very long to make it because I've already got it more or less designed. But yeah, those jump rings do match, so but yeah. Think I can probably figure out how I want to put these beads on here relatively easily. I'm debating if I want wire, if I want to just use some beading wire or some regular wire for putting those on. Either way would work because I just have to put them on the loops and just see how sharp these pieces are though. They're not exceptionally sharp, but they're not really smooth either. So I think jump rings would be better. I was thinking, do I want to put soft flex through loops? Soft flex is pretty strong, but it still can fray if it's got something sharp against it. And I do have some wire guardians, which I rarely use, but I don't think they'd go through there. So that's a pretty big piece there. You know, my husband and I had talked about going to Tucson this year, and then we didn't get it arranged, so it's obviously not going to happen since Tucson starts this, I think this weekend. It might even be going already, but so anyway, what we made today was our kitty cat hair sticks. This one's going to have to hang a while. It wants to go a little to the side some. That's all right. And then we made our beautiful necklace. I think this turned out really pretty. It's very delicate. It's like I say, it's only about 18 inches. Maybe just a touch longer than that because of the clasp, but here's our necklace. See, tiny, delicate, but very pretty. So we have that, and that matches our earrings from yesterday. So it makes a very pretty little set. And then, of course, we opened my FOC and checked it out and sort of and designed the bracelet that I'm going to make. But I have to decide on how I want to put it together. We have tons of chain pieces. And yes, this would work for the back of this piece. And I may just hook it to the top on both sides. Break it to put a clasp in, of course. And that might be long enough, I'm not sure. And I'd put a couple of dangles probably across the bottom. This is another one you'd want to be short. So I'm thinking like so. And then maybe we'll even take some of the big brown beads, and I'd have to get some smaller ones too, because I'd want to make a regular dangle to put, put the brown bead below a couple of them, since we still will have a lot left after we get this this put together. So oh, I hadn't realized that. Wow, these pieces, I thought they were multiple pieces put together. These are each of these little links is an individual big piece. This whole piece is one piece along here. So anyway, I am going to probably hook some chain to the back of this, maybe to both the top and the bottom, and then bring the bottom one up to match the top. And to pull it up some, and then hang some dangles across it, and it would make an interesting necklace. I like that thought. And like I say, we got the chain from that was draped across along the bottom that we can use as the back piece to bring it together. And so we have a few ideas here, don't we? So, and then of course all of these pretty pieces will probably be made into a bracelet as well. I can use this clasp here as the clasp for this necklace. See, we've designed 2 bracelets and a necklace. It's about 10 after. Could do that, PK. I was thinking of using the brown beads as dangles, but we could do that. Yeah, hook it hook a couple to the edges of the chain, like right here at the end. This is true. I have quite a few beads left. I've only got 6 in the bracelet, and so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 12 more of the big brown beads. So we could, like I said, have some dangles in the front, maybe 3 or 4. Well, 3. I don't like an uneven number. So we'd find the middle of that and hang a dangle, a brown bead dangle from it, with something below it, because it needs a little something more than that big rondelle. But the big rondelles could be by themselves over here, and then just hook onto the chain. So all these lovely ideas. So I'm glad I opened my FOC with you guys. Anyway, I think it's time to call it a day, and and so I think that we will do so. It's been fun having you help me do some designing here, and we will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.